So are we supposed to start the podcast?
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to I've Had It Podcast, a show where one of the co-hosts has not been laid in 42,786 days and counting. The clicker goes click, 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 click. I'm Jennifer.
I'm Angie.
Listen up, listener. As you know, we have been rolling out our Sexless in the City, New York in-person interviews. And today we want to share a story with you all of our trip to New York. So Pumps and I were leaving the podcasting studio, and we like to ride the subway.
Love it.
Love public transportation. We like to dart around the city on the subway. We like the people watching. We like the active nature of traveling on the subway. So we go through, we do our Apple Pay to get through the gate, and we go down the stairs, and the train's there, and I just start running for it. And I run, and I make it on, and I turn around, and Pumps is there, and her arm's coming out, and the doors just close. And literally, it's like a movie. We both put our hands and our faces up to the window together, and we were both like, it's hitting us like, oh my God. And Pumps goes, I'll find you. Jenny, I'll find you. And I go, get off on 53rd and 5th, Pumps. You can do it. And she was like, okay. And then the train takes off. And I turn around, and it is like rush hour, and the train is completely packed. And I turn around, and everybody just kind of laughed at me. What? And we were separated on the subway, separated in the city.
No, we were separated in the city, and it was so shocking to both of us because we both tried to put our hands in, and it was not like an elevator that opened. It was like you're fucking getting your arm cut off if you don't move your hand.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish we could have seen that there was a video because your face was just like just despair.
Well, because I feel like and this is probably a shortcoming of mine, but I feel like in situations like that I'm the leader, that I'm going to lead you from point A to point B. I'm going to guide you through the subway, and I feel like you need me. And that might be codependency on my part because you're fully capable of doing the subway and everything. But I feel like I have a fiduciary duty to be your escort in these situations. So the fact that the door closed, I mean, I was like, Pumps. And I mean, her hands were right up in our faces, and it was just the glass between us.
Yeah. It was like the end of a rom-com. It was that bad. And I will say this. I had City Mapper. Everything was, isn't that what it's called, City Mapper?
That's it.
But here's the thing, that would have never happened if my leader had been on the subway. So we're sitting there, and these two guys get on, and they start talking about the homeless population and what they need for the homeless. And everybody looks down. None of the real New Yorkers even lifted their head. It was like it was invisible. Codependent queen from Oklahoma gets out her wallet, because I think I have a $1 bill in my wallet. But I only have a $20 bill. By this time, they've got their eye on me because they know I'm the sucker.
Oh, yeah. And you're unattended.
I'm unattended. My leader has abandoned me.
Yep.
So I gave him the $20 out of guilt and codependency. I don't think that would have happened if you were there. You would have been like, put your fucking wallet up.
I would have said, do not look at them. And that's not where it stops. Tell them what happened next.
Oh, then I missed my stop.
I
was supposed to get off at 53rd and 3rd, and I got off at 53rd and Lexington.
No, you're supposed to get off on 53rd and 5th, and you end up getting off on 53rd and Lexington.
Yeah.
So see, my feeling that I need to be in charge of you on the subway, it's proven. And so, it was, and I have to say, you guys, we have the Find My Friends. I tracked her.
Oh, you did? I didn't know this.
I saw that you went down to 3rd.
You saw that I missed my stop.
I saw it. And I thought, she knows Manhattan enough to know that she can get from 3rd to 5th.
Yeah, no, I can get around. I've done the subway by myself.
But it's better with mama.
But it's better because I don't have to think.
Who's your mama?
You're my mama.
Who is your
You're my
mama?
Leader. You're my mama. You're my subway person, although I was abandoned.
Okay, listen, she wasn't abandoned. Here's what happens, listener. I'm an athlete. Okay.
Oh, we've turned this into an athlete
So
story.
I saw the train pull up, and I was able to do the math in my head. That
Right.
if I ran at a particular speed, I could make it. And I mean, I ran like the wind. I just right on that subway.
Well, here's what happened. You were halfway down the stairs and then you took off like a rocket. I mean, it went from walking down the stairs to
That's what they call unbridled athleticism.
I thought it was just like, I'm going to hurry the shit out of this.
It's just
I didn't know we were calculating speeds and
Yeah.
doing time drills and pace in our head.
you wouldn't know that,
Right,
Because
I
you're not an
wasn't.
athlete.
That's right. That's right.
Right. You wouldn't know that, and so that's why you missed the train, lost $20, and ended up on 3rd Avenue.
Those are the consequences.
Continuing, and didn't get laid. Not
No.
one time during your whole entire isolated on the subway. You're still sexless. On
Still
the subway.
sexless on the
All right,
subway.
listen up, listener. So during our week in New York, we were able to interview a lot of people in person, which we love. And today we want to share our interview with Jason and Davram of The Good Liars. They've been on our podcast before.
Mm-hmm.
We Bondaramaed with them. I mean, Bondarama ding dong with them at the DNC. Love these guys. They are smart. They're good people. They're hilarious comedians. And you've probably seen them on social media where they're the guys that go to the Trump rallies and within 2.5 seconds, without being dicks, they have these Trumpers in an intellectual headlock by just using critical thinking and asking very simple questions. And I think it's a very important service that they do to show the inherent flawed thinking on the right.
You would have to think that at least one person at every rally they've talked to has a think after it. Like, had some internal dialogue that maybe switches their mind.
I appreciate
The optimism.
I appreciate that, Pumps, but I don't think so. I don't think I don't think it ever clicked.
You don't.
No. All right, so now let's hear our interview with the Good Liars. Patriots, Gaytriots, Theytriots, we are here in New York City I feel like we're friends. I do too.
Well, we are friends.
Okay, good,
We've spent
good.
time together where we're not recording something.
That's right.
We've just spent some quality time together, some QT.
Hung
What
out.
friends are.
And that's what we're doing today. I want
Yeah.
that to be the goal of today.
So this is the Good Liars, Jason and Davram. See, Pumps and I have this kind of, I don't know if it's an insecurity or a disparity of people that we meet. We feel like, oh my God, we really love the Good Liars.
Right.
And then we think, I wonder if they love us.
No, the
as much as
feeling's
we love them.
mutual. You don't need to feel that way. We talk about you all the time.
Okay, well, I just want to
Okay, we
throw my
disagree
2
on
cents
this
in
one.
here.
Yeah.
No. We love you all.
Okay.
We love you all.
Yeah, we loved seeing you at the DNC.
That
it
was
was so
very
fun.
Very fun.
Yes.
We love what you do.
Did you guys go to the RNC?
Yes.
We did.
We didn't get, we weren't invited inside the RNC. We were outside the RNC. And like we were talking about right before we started recording, that was the same week as the assassination attempt. So we were actually in Pennsylvania. We left an hour before it happened. And then we decided to almost cancel our trip because we were like, what's happening?
We were going to leave the next day for the RNC. And we're like, this is a strange time in politics. This might be really intense. And maybe we'll sit this one out. And in Good Liars fashion, for like 24 hours, we were like, maybe we should sit it out. No, we'll buy flights right now and go.
Yeah.
So it was like, no. And
Well,
then
I'm
a very
sure when
quick
you
yes.
when you found out that Grindr was crashing, I mean, there was just a lot of stuff going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was a whole party there. It was still a party. And then I think we were just wondering like, oh, there's this moment where there's an assassination attempt. This is a really crazy thing to happen in the country. Maybe Trump is going to change. And like, it feels so stupid to say it now. And we had a moment where we were like, maybe he's going to change.
Right.
Maybe he's going to pick Nikki Haley as the
And he
Right.
could have. He could have
Yeah.
like ridden that to winning. I think like if he didn't become himself again. So he
Right.
had like 36 hours of not saying anything totally insane. And then by the end of the convention, Hulk Hogan was like ripping his shirt off.
Yeah.
That
You
was
know
the
what,
Fully
craziest
back.
thing.
You know what psychiatrists call this thought that you all had. It's the definition of insanity. The same that you have the same expectation over and over again and expect a different result for 9 years.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
That's on us. So this one's on us. I guess.
Were like, on this day, Donald Trump finally became president.
Yes.
Right. He had a presidential moment.
We were like waiting for it. Didn't happen. So we went there. We went to the RNC, and it was like people were in a great mood. And then pretty much all of them said abortions are happening after birth.
Right.
So it was just a party of that kind of thing.
Just a typical party.
Yeah.
A typical party.
All right, let's get to our brand a little bit.
Okay.
Grievances. All right, let's start with you, Jason. What have you had it with?
Mine is a big one.
Let's hear it.
Because I'm going to start way up, and actually I'm going to start close. I'm going to start close to myself and be very personal here.
Okay.
So I was on my phone the other day, and I was scrolling. You know, like let's just call it doom scrolling. Just going through every single thing I was seeing was making me either unhappy about the world or unhappy judging myself against other people. And the good liars, we like live on the internet. We live online. Like that's where a lot of people see us for the most part. But my thing that I've had it with is the internet. It's the entire internet, the entire thing. And just like, I want to just like take a step back. And this is not like a new thing. People are talking about this all the time. But like, there was a time when you didn't pick your phone up right when you wake up and then like feel something about something that has nothing to do with you or compare yourself to somebody else right away. And then when you go to sleep, you do the exact same thing. I mean, maybe this is just my problem with being addicted to my phone, but I've had it with it, but also like a true addict, I'm not going to quit. Like, let's be honest here. I'm not going to quit. But at least this morning, I had that thought, and I'm going to say that now, but now I have the urge to check my phone just by talking.
How long did you take off when you had that thought? I mean, how long were you able to stay away from it?
Well, I tweeted about it first. I had a tweet to let everybody know I'm so sick of this. No, I not very long, Davram, to answer your question.
Fair.
I agree with you. It is something that's like, I like it. Like when we came here, we used City Mapper and we're able to take the subway like real New Yorkers and we're schlepping around and it's fantastic. But there are so many times where I'm like, I hate this phone. I don't like the information that I'm receiving. I don't like the information I'm putting out. You know, like if you, sometimes you're just too available to people.
And what Jason was saying about how it doesn't actually affect you in the moment, but you have a feeling about it. I don't think humans are supposed to constantly be considering what is like outside of their immediate surroundings.
Totally agree.
I don't think it's good for us.
I completely agree.
So
let me
get off the internet.
Let's all throw our phones
not
in
till
the garbage.
November 6th.
Okay.
We have to stay on it. Okay, so here's the last time I did I'm not getting on my phone the entire day. So I started a movie on Netflix. I had my phone completely off. It was the day Joe Biden said he wasn't going
really?
to. Yes.
You didn't know?
I had no idea.
It was a Sunday. It was a perfect day to take off.
My daughter comes running in the bedroom. She's like, oh my gosh, Joe Biden's not running for re-election. I was like, that's not true. That's not true. And then I turned it on. I'm like, fuck. Yeah.
But how did that affect you? But how did it actually affect you besides just not being in the know and like for a little bit?
I think it scared me at first. Like something happened. Like I think I have this. If I'm on Twitter all the time and I'm constantly searching the headlines, then I have more control over what's going on than if I'm just out of pocket for 7 hours.
Right. So what control do you actually have?
You don't. That's what I'm saying. I have no control.
You could have called Biden and been like, I don't like this.
What's going on here? But
Reverse.
I didn't even know it happened until Kamala had already accepted.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I mean,
it all
I was
happened so fast.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. Because there's like you missed kind of like a big uncertainty
like
hour.
a big moment.
The one day you tried to take off.
Right. And now I'm like, I'm just glued to this thing until November 6th.
Well, that's the lesson. Yeah, just never.
Are you guys on Truth Social?
No, but like I will go and check it. You signed up for it?
I think I'm Patriot something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What are you, Liberty something?
I don't know.
She has a burner account. She's on Truth Social quite a bit.
Honestly, I mean, like it's hard for me to have empathy for these people, truly, because it's by choice. But what's going on at Truth Social, it's no wonder these people are fucking bananas. I mean, the shit going down on there is just like unbelievable that he was the former president of the United States.
You mean just what he's posting or what other people are
what
posting?
he's posting, all of like him as Jesus pose.
Right.
All the grifting.
The same stuff people wrap their cars in. At
Yes.
the rallies. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, you've seen it up close and personal, but
Yeah.
it's just so shocking to me every time I get ivermectin, every other.
Oh, the
The ads are
ivermectin.
crazy. The ads are the craziest part because
crazy.
it's like buy gold, ivermectin,
Ivermectin, yeah.
like all the
Grift.
stuff.
Trump
It's just a
grifts.
grift. It's
One
all the
after
The
the
grift.
$100,000 watches, though, I'm thinking about trying to save up.
Should we just
Maybe
do
go
it?
to investment.
Just
Yeah.
do it. We could
Yeah.
have it every other day.
We're of the
Yeah.
opinion we think he's broke.
We do.
I
I think he's person broke. I don't think he's broke like the way we would be dead ass broke. But I think all of these grifts, because she follows the court cases like crazy. You're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars that he owes, plus legal fees. He's trotting out, a couple private planes now. He hasn't really been doing real estate stuff. And we interview Michael Cohen quite a bit, and he's always inflated his
worth,
which is what
Yeah.
he's been charged with as well. And I just feel like Melania's book, she's in the grift now. They've trotting her out. She's got these necklaces. I don't think he's a billionaire.
Could be,
I think-
but he's doing things the way he's used to doing them, I think, which is just capitalizing off of his name and his fame, and I think he knows people will buy this stuff. So
Right.
I don't know if he's
Yeah.
Which is
broke or not,
impressive
but-
considering they've been hit so hard by inflation.
Right.
Yeah.
They
You
can
know,
barely
they're
buy bread and
complaining-
eggs.
Complaining about all that stuff, the
Right.
price of groceries, but I got to get my $100,000 watch. But I think that it also, if you look at it, go back and look at Trump through the years. He had Trump Steaks. He had Trump University. It's not like he was totally hurting for cash during those times. Yes, he's always inflated his wealth. I think he's just a grifter. And somebody comes in and is like, hey, Lee Greenwood's doing a Bible. You want to put your name on it and you get 30%? And he's like, all right, I'll do the math here. Oh, I could make $5 million up. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. I don't care. It's a Bible.
Yeah.
I don't care. Bible is the best book in the world. It's the same. It's like Trump Steaks all over again, but now he has a passionate group of people who will buy everything that he puts out there. So
And
I think
then-
he just can't.
he can't help
resist it.
himself
Yeah.
a little bit. But the one thing that I do think, the one thing of value that he put out there were the NFTs. And I think people are probably
That's a good
pretty
point. That's a good
happy.
point.
People who own them, you look at it every day.
Yeah. I read that a lot of people
In
that
your
bought
phone,
them
I
were
guess.
waiting for them to arrive in the mail.
Oh,
Like
they're
trading-
like older people and they don't quite
Yes,
understand
they were
it's not a
waiting
real
for
thing.
they thought they were baseball cards, and they've been
Oh,
waiting for them to
man.
arrive in the mail.
That's why he said. So that's in
That-
the new
and
grift.
the second one, some of them are real.
You get it
Yeah.
in the mail because they were
Those
probably just like.
homoerotic. Don't you think those photoshops are kind of this homoerotic like version of Trump? It's really weird.
I think it's
Yeah.
that's just how he looks. He's muscular. You put him in spandex. He's just
Right.
going to be really, really
And
strong.
he can, fly a jet or whatever. He
Yeah.
does
Right.
with them, or
All
put
right,
out a
Davram,
fire.
what have you had it with?
Okay, so this one is smaller than the internet.
Entire internet.
Yeah,
Yes.
smaller than
Yeah, thanks, Al
banning
Gore.
the entire internet. I've had it with people petting my dog on the street without asking.
Without consent.
consent.
With no
Yeah.
consent. So I'm walking my dog, and she's a very cute dog. So I get
Basil.
it. You're going to want to talk to this dog.
Yeah.
Then they grab her, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know who this person is or
Right.
what. And then they pick her up sometimes. People will just pick up the dog and be like, oh, what a cute dog.
No.
And yeah, and so basically, I'm trying to teach her how to bite someone
Right.
Oh,
if
that's
they
smart.
pick her up.
Self-defense.
But I
Opposite
can't
of
explain.
obedience.
Yeah, so I'm working on that. If anyone out there
Could teach a dog
could teach a dog how
a
to
reverse
bite a
Caesar,
stranger
whatever his name is. Yeah.
in
So-
the face.
I have a
but
take on this. So I have a really attractive dog
Yeah.
as well. I mean, he's really attractive.
You're
Totally
not very modest about your dog.
Photogenic.
best dog, second best dog.
He has a megawatt smile. I mean, everybody wants to pet him, but he doesn't like people. He's French. He's a
Yeah.
French bulldog, and you know how the French can be. And he very
little
much,
uppity. He
yeah,
doesn't
he's
like
a
it,
little
they don't speak his
uppity. He
language.
doesn't really
Yeah.
like. It's not like an American dog that will just go lick anybody. He's
Right.
more discerning.
Yes.
And people
Snobby,
want
I think, is
yeah,
the
a
word
little
you're
snobby,
looking for.
yeah.
Yeah.
And people want to pet him, and he doesn't want it. And
I love
but
that.
I have to say that sometimes I'm a hypocrite though, because if I see a really attractive dog and I'm not with my
Right.
dogs, like I could pass you on the street and we don't know each other, we're not best friends like we are
Like
right
we
now.
are.
We're
Yeah,
friends.
best friends.
We're not best friends. We're friends.
Okay. All right. Do you have
I
a-
disagree. I think we're best friends.
Okay, great. Thank
Yes.
you.
I'll go up and then right as I'm petting the dog, I'm like, this is not good. You didn't get consent.
Yeah.
Right.
This person doesn't like this.
But you'd probably bend down and you'd probably let the dog come to you a little bit.
Yes,
People will walk over and pick her up every once in a while.
What kind of dog
not
is this?
She's a miniature long-haired dachshund. And she's very,
I'll tell you
very
what,
cute.
weenie dogs have
dogs.
made a huge comeback.
They have,
Yeah.
but you start. If she's 10, you
She's 10
started
years
a long
old.
time.
I got
You
her
brought
on a
the train.
dare. 10 years ago, my friend said, I'll buy you this dog in 10 seconds unless you say no. And then I was like, well, I probably shouldn't have a dog right now. I'm very irresponsible. I don't have, a stable income. And he was like 9, 8, 7. I was like, I'll take the dog. I'll take the dog. So yeah, 10 years.
And you just love her.
I love her. Just don't pick her up, on the street.
I think that's universal, though. No one should pick up somebody
I
else's
agree.
anything
Yeah, but I've
without
had it with that.
consent.
Yeah.
But what about the petting? I think a petting.
That's fine.
I
Let
think
the
a little
dog
pet's okay.
do this and let
Yeah.
the dog come to you, and then it's great.
I make sure the
That's good
dog,
for
I put
everyone.
my hand out first to
Yeah.
make sure the dog's interested.
yeah.
Yeah, but no, I agree with you. Sometimes it's a little bit too aggressive. I particularly don't like it when children try to pet my dogs.
Right.
That irritates me more than adults.
Yeah.
It's a
And
wild card. You don't know what you're going to get.
You
from
don't
it.
know,
Yeah.
and you don't know where those hands have been. And I don't particularly, I'm not a huge kid
Yeah.
person. I like
Yeah.
kids. I mean,
Right.
I like my kids. I like her
Right.
kids most of the time.
That's about it.
Sometimes,
I was going
yeah.
to say, kids just pretty much ruin everything.
They
anyway.
suck.
This little girl
Yeah.
ran up to my dog Basil and she's a dachshund, so she's low to the ground, and she was saying, "Sitting or standing? I can't tell. Sitting or standing? I can't tell." I
That's
guess 'cause
fair.
she's low,
That's fair.
screaming, "Sitting or standing? I can't tell." And like reached for her, lurched for her, and it was a scary moment because Basil was like, "I might bite this kid."
Right. That would be
Yeah.
the one you don't want her to bite.
Right.
Listener, this may come as a total shock to you, but Pumps and I have not always been this pulled together and rock solid. In fact, we used to be rather screwed up, wouldn't you say, Pumps?
I would say damn near psychotic.
Totally. And we have written a cell phone expose. One could even say it's a manifesto. And the book title is,
Life is a lazy Susan of shit sandwiches.
in all sincerity, we share a lot of our struggles that led us to this grand stage where we can talk about petty grievances. You can click the link below in the show notes to pre-order your copy now. You know, Pumps, when you think about Skims, this wildly successful business, you never really think about the business behind the business. Well, the business behind the business is the same one that's behind ours, a much smaller brand. And that business is Shopify. Shopify is so incredibly helpful in helping business owners get the infrastructure behind the business, and it's as easy as clicking around your mouse on your computer.
Shopify is not only great for the customer, it's great for the person trying to sell something.
That's right. It is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet and the not so secret with ShopPay that boosts conversions up to 50%. Listener, upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/hadit, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/hadit to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/hadit. Pumps, fall is here. We're all back from vacation, heading back to school, regular schedule, crisp air rolling in. You know what that means?
Cozy Bombas socks.
Bombas socks are so incredibly comfortable. Their merino wool socks are so cushy. They're like walking on pillows. Plus, the Bombas underwear feel like nothing, but still support everything. They even have new heavyweight cotton tees that are extra thick and soft, and they are so perfect for this layering season. Listener, you can also try Bombas risk-free because they have 100% happiness guarantee. If you don't love it, return or exchange it. It's easy and free. So, are you ready to feel good and do good? Head over to bombas.com/hadit and use the code HADIT for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/hadit. Code had it at checkout. Pumps, our ability to suck and then wake up the next day and suck more than the previous day is undefeated.
It's unparalleled. We are the champions.
If you would like to see how bad we suck, please join us in New York City in November for, just some world-class shit talking.
That's right.
Live
And in person.
That's right. Okay, I have a question. How did you guys start The Good Liars? How did this come about? And what year?
Well, do you remember Occupy Wall Street?
Yes.
So we thought it would be funny if we dressed in some thrift store suits as investment bankers.
Okay.
And we went and we occupied Occupy Wall Street. So we were like, we're gonna be here longer than you guys are, because if you don't leave and we make any less money, we're gonna have to sell our 4th houses in the Hamptons. We won't be able to do as much cocaine as we like to. And we thought we were like doing a bit. Like we thought people would kind of catch on. And because it was so extreme that they would know that we were doing a bit, they did not. People joined us. Real investment bankers joined us. We called it Occupy Wall Street. And they were like, yeah, we are better than these people. And then the media kind of caught on it. We just were getting more and more extreme, but it was like more and more believed. And so we thought there was room for kind of comedy in the real world like this.
I think it's helpful. I think that what you all do is really helpful, because I think sometimes people are stuck in this thing, whether it's a cult or a sense of community or a combination of both of those things. And some of my favorite stuff that you do, because I was so tortured growing up around all of these evangelicals growing up, is when people say, oh no, we need to have the Bible in all classrooms. And the superintendent of our state, who y'all should really go after, his name's Ryan Walters, he is putting the 10 Commandments in every classroom. And he just asked for $6 million to put Bibles in every classroom.
Mandatory.
Public school, mandatory Bibles.
All grades?
All grades.
I'm Jewish. I grew up in a town where there were not a lot of Jewish people. And so everyone was always trying to convert me to save me. They were like, I like you. You seem like a really nice guy, and I just don't want you to burn in hell for eternity. And that was a very constant thing.
Same with me.
Always inviting me to Young Life events where I would be they would know, they'd be like, the Jew's coming. We got to talk to him. And then I would get a whole hour sermon directed at me in front of all my friends. So I can't imagine going further and then being and the Bible's at school and everyone else believes this.
Really
and everyone
bad.
else celebrates Christmas.
I appreciate it when you ask them about, do you think that you should have a book that, has murder in it or is harmful to children? And then you say, well, the Bible, do you think the Bible should be in schools? They say yes. And you say, okay, what about the part where, somebody gets their dad drunk and it has sex with him?
Two daughters.
Yes.
Yep.
Or about God killing the children with the bear. And that's what I think is important, because critical thinking, when you study history, you're like, this was the Age of Enlightenment.
Right.
And it was this era. And oftentimes when I'm on the internet, your biggest grievance, I think, are we living in the age of unenlightenment? What is going on here?
To my point, I think the internet has done the opposite of what we thought that it was going to be, which was we're going to exchange ideas, and it's going to be, you're going to get news faster than, ever before. But really, it's just you're getting fake news, literally fake news, conspiracy theories. You can spread them a lot more easily than you could before, when there was 4 news channels. Now, there's been good and bad and all that stuff, and the cat's out of the bag. You can't do anything about it now. But just thinking about what you just said, this last weekend, J.D. Vance did an event with this guy. What was his name again? Lance
Wallnow? Yeah.
And this guy went on television after the first debate and said that he believes that Kamala Harris is a Jezebel.
Oh, yeah.
And practiced witchcraft at the debate.
Mm-hmm.
But there was some hope.
There was some hope.
He said that if Donald Trump donned the mantle of Elijah, that he could overcome.
Yes.
For fuck's
good
sake.
news.
So we went into this event, and I talked to a woman there who was a follower of this guy and was not there for J.D. Vance, was there for him, and asked her these exact same questions. She wanted the Bible taught in every single school, public school, and I asked her about the 2 daughters having sex with the dad, And at first she said that is pornographic, that shouldn't be in there. Then when I said, so you don't want any like 2 daughters getting their dad drunk and having sex with them? She's like, oh no, you'd not ban the Bible. And then I listed like 5 things and she was totally okay with it. And her reason was, if it's in the Bible, it's okay. Whereas if it was in another book that they put out that said the exact same things, they'd probably be protesting it and burning it.
Isn't that the same permission structure that Trumpers use, though? If Trump says it, it's okay. I mean, you hear that a lot.
Right.
I mean, it's that same set of permission structure that they use for excusing a lot of his stuff. Like, would you want to vote for a politician that slept with a porn star? Well, no. Well, but when Trump did it, it was okay.
Yeah.
Would you want to support somebody who tried to subvert democracy? No. But when Trump did it, it was okay. It's kind of that same permission structure.
Well, I think it has to do with what you're talking about, the age of unenlightenment or disenlightenment or whatever you call it. He gave people permission to not trust anybody, but himself. He basically told anybody who would listen that he was the only one. He was the only place you could come for information. So I think we're seeing like the fruits of that now, and like since January 6th, like, oh, he specifically tried to stop the certification of the vote for president, did not allow for the peaceful transfer of power. Anybody else, I cannot imagine what these patriots would be saying.
Right.
But when Donald Trump did it, it was like a peaceful tourist visit, and he's
a
just
dust up.
A little dust up, if that. And he's just trying to make sure that the next election is even more secure.
Right.
Let's not look into it. Let's not find out that all the court cases went against them, but maybe 1 or 2. That literally every single thing, they followed it to its end, all the audits and everything. Nothing has come of it, but Donald Trump says it's okay, so it's okay. And we are headed into another election, and they have still feel that this is unresolved.
Right.
Well, I got news for you, Davram. If Donald Trump wins, then
It will
January
be
6th.
resolved.
No, then January 6th is okay.
Yeah.
By the will of the people.
That's right.
The United States of America is basically saying that is okay. And then what can you say to that? People voted for him after this happened. They knew this, they watched this happen. They saw him refuse to concede, and now they're okay with it. They voted him back in.
I agree. People would be saying that it was okay, but I don't think it would probably be the best thing for democracy.
Oh, heavens no. Heavens no.
Are y'all ready to play Had It or Hit It?
Oh, gosh.
Do you remember
yeah.
that? Oh my God. Welcome to Had It or Hit It. I would hit it.
Had it.
Had it.
I hit it every day, sometimes twice a day.
Yeah,
Okay, Had It or Hit It reality TV.
Had it.
Yeah.
I've never been a reality
I just tried to
TV
watch the
person.
Mormon Housewives show or whatever. And the lead up to it, you think this is going to be this incredible show about how they all started having like these swinging parties, but it's not. They're just like, and that was in the past, and now we're just regular people on camera wasting your time.
Yeah, I was kind of really let down about that. I got about 2 episodes in, and I was just like,
This is what it is. This is what people are watching.
So you wanted it to be more garbage than
right.
it
I wanted
was.
swinging. I wanted debauchery.
Well, I mean,
You wanted
if
to be
you're
more
not-
reality
it was
TV
like,
is
I
your
watched
problem
Too
with
Hot to
reality TV.
Handle to waste time during the pandemic. And anytime anything was about to happen, people were like, you know what? I'm sorry for getting so worked up. I hope we can all get along more.
You're like, that's not what we're here.
So
Okay, Had It or Hit It movie remakes.
Huh. You know what? Well, there are remakes that I like, but I'm gonna say Had It.
yeah, I've had it. That's all.
Wait,
that
Had It is
comes
bad,
out
right?
now.
Right.
Had It
Okay.
is bad.
Okay, good.
Welcome
Okay.
to our podcast.
Yes.
We have done this already.
This is 2 times.
Yeah.
You think
Sorry.
we're
Welcome
friends?
to I've Had It, the Good Liars.
You said best friends.
Yeah,
Best friends. I just-
not work friends, friends.
We're best friends.
Real life
Yeah.
friends. Yeah.
What do you think the good remake is?
I thought Top Gun was pretty good.
But that's not a remake.
That wasn't
That was
a
a
remake.
sequel.
That was like a sequel.
Was
Oh,
Twisters
yeah,
good?
yeah.
People say Twisters was good.
I don't know if that was a remake either.
All right, Had It or Hit It Sunday Fun Day.
I am all about the lazy Sunday.
I'm
I
about
love
a lazy Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, because I don't like the Monday crunch.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then you
Agreed.
might have the
The
Tuesday.
Sunday fun day leading into the
Farts
Monday
or whatever.
crunch.
Bad.
Monday crunch. I remember when I was in college
Tuesday
in
farts,
early 20s, I would always be like, it's the Monday crunch.
Yeah.
I start off by eating salads, drinking lots of water,
Mhm.
jogging. By Thursday, you're right back at happy
You're
hour.
like
Right.
Donald
Thursday,
Trump.
Thursdays.
Smoking
You're
cigs.
like Donald Trump at the RNC. You're like, maybe I could be a good guy. And then by Thursday, you're like Hulk Hogan.
We gotta kill
ripping your
everyone,
shirt off.
folks.
We've got to have the bird. It's all over.
Okay. Had it or hit it zodiac signs.
Had it. I don't
Of course,
need 'em.
had it. I'm a Scorpio, and all Scorpios think that astrology is bullshit. So I don't believe in astrology.
But you hear yourself, right?
Well,
you're buying into it pretty hard right now.
Okay. Had it or hit it gym selfies.
Gym selfies.
Gym. Like you're working out in the gym and you take a little selfie.
I'm a private at home Apple Fitness Plus person.
Really?
So I am working out at home, and I
No
could take a
selfie?
selfie of myself, and it
You'd
would only
love
be
it,
myself
yeah.
seeing it. But I don't think I would appreciate that. I've seen people do that in the hotels on the road.
I do group hot yoga, and I think if I started snapping pictures in there, it would not go well for me. I don't think people would
Wait,
appreciate
I
that.
want to talk about your
Yes.
yoga.
I
Yeah.
cannot believe this.
Are
Hot?
you limber?
I do the splits at every
Do it.
wedding I go to.
Do it.
For real?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Do you do hands?
But that's what, I don't know if you noticed I was sweating profusely earlier.
Did you come from hot
my,
yoga?
My
yoga?
body will just go like, I think we're in yoga class right now, and it'll just be like
Really?
at random times. Like if I get a little hot, it's like we're there and we got to cool you off.
So let me ask you this. Are you in your hot yoga class, are you one of the best in the class? Tell the truth.
I
It's
feel like
okay to
you're not
brag a
supposed
little.
To, like, think about it
I
like that,
know,
but
I know.
Yeah, I mean, no one else is dropping into the splits. When they say half split, the yoga move where you
Yeah.
go back.
Yeah.
I go into the full splits and I like look around. I'm like, yeah, I'm the only one doing that right
Yeah.
now. So,
You are the envy
Yeah.
of all yoga.
yeah.
How many men to women ratio in the class?
So we're about a strong 5% of us in there.
Okay.
Men?
Yeah, we're usually.
And you're popping
one.
in the
that
splits?
true?
One or two, maybe.
I fucking
yeah.
love the splits in
Yeah.
yoga.
What's your favorite yoga pose?
Don't say downward dog.
No, it's a good foundational pose. But I think what's it called?
Turtle.
It's like
Turtle. Was it the turtle? I kept trying to get you to do.
on our podcast, you'd be like, do it. You can do it. It's an absurd thing where you try and bend it. Anyway, favorite one, I think it's like a revolved warrior or something where you're in the warrior legs and you're like, if my right leg was forward, my left arm would be up and you're revolving this way because you get the like spinal twist and
How
the leg
often
work.
do you go?
That's amazing you can do that because I can't do that.
It's really fun. I got into it like 2 years ago and I really like
How
it.
how often do you go?
When we're in town, I go like 6 days a week, but we're always gone now. So it was like 10 days last month or something.
See, these are your Colorado crunchy roots right
Yeah.
there.
Couldn't get too far away from my raisin.
Hippie.
As Jason
I'm just
said.
Yeah,
very
a little
impressed.
crunchy.
I like
Okay,
Louisville.
here's another one.
Yeah.
Two more. Had it or hit it game shows.
Look, I don't watch them, so I'm going to say had it. So like, I like game shows. Whenever a game show's on,
Yeah.
I'll watch it. But I'm not like, I'll be watching sports and it'll be like the 10th season of Can You Sing While Drowning? And I'm like, I've never heard of this show. So I'm going to say had it, but I would hit it.
Hit it.
love Price is
Jeopardy.
Right.
Price is Right. Family Feud.
I'm hitting
Is there,
it.
Like,
When's the last time you watched it?
whenever it's on, I'll watch it.
Yeah, when you're flipping
and
through in a
I'll
hotel.
lose like 3 hours to it.
Yeah.
And I won't regret it at all.
I agree. I think it's
Yeah.
a great. We grew up in the 80s, so it was either soap operas, All My
Okay.
Children, shout out Erica Kane, and game shows.
My mom
Did
learned
you watch All My
English
Children?
from
Yes.
soap operas. That's how
Really?
she learned to speak English. So she's
Really?
a very dramatic person, I think, because of it.
How could you
How
do
could you
this
do
to me?
such a thing?
Wrong toilet seat up. How
No,
could you?
my parents, moved to America. My dad was born in Denver, but she's from Paris, well, Morocco, and then Paris. And then he was working all the time, and so she just had to try and learn English, and that was how she did it with soap operas. So I have a unique appreciation for them.
Are you fluent in French?
Give me like a week or two there, and I will be.
Try something.
You're
Say
just
something.
like a man of mystery,
Right, like
you
at the
say. You
yoga,
act like you're
the
from this
French.
Yeah,
bumfuck
right.
very
town.
Pretty mysterious.
Pretty mysterious.
Jason knows all this stuff.
He
about
acts like
me.
he's
You
from
think I'm
this
mysterious?
bumfuck town in Colorado, and here he is popping into the splits, solving game
You want me
shows.
to do it or no?
Do the
Yes.
splits, 'cause
Do you
I don't
have to do
believe
the
you.
splits?
Oh yeah, they're stretchy.
Okay, let's see it.
I have
What?
only pants
Right
that
up
splits
here.
can be done.
he rips him at any wedding. He goes
Okay,
to,
last
rips
one,
him.
and then we'll
Yeah.
close it out with the splits. Last
Okay.
one, Kamala Harris.
Hit it. Yeah. What choice do we have right now in the country? There is no choice.
Also, I think she's done a good job. It's not just
Yeah.
what better choice do we have? It's like not by no means perfect, but she has really given, I think,
Capable.
Democrats a reason to feel patriotic in voting for her. It doesn't feel like it's not just a hating Donald Trump vote at this point. It feels like she's taken the moment, seized the
Agree.
moment, and given people, I mean, at the DNC, you were there, you could feel that people were happy to be like ruminating in their patriotic feelings that I don't think Democrats are known for as much. So
Right.
I think
I
she's done a
agree
good
with
job.
that. I think
I
she's really
agree.
talented. I mean, very smart. I mean, I'm super excited about her.
Right.
Yeah, I think she's smart. I think she's capable. I think that, I mean, to be the attorney general of the the largest state, the 7th largest economy in the world, and a United States senator, she made Brett Kavanaugh cry, which always will hold a little soft spot in my heart.
Squeeze.
And
like beer.
Vice President, I think it's time. I think it's time that we elect a woman, and I really like her. I'm all chips in. Good liars. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
guys for coming.
So we're like, no, we're
Davram-
gonna have you do the splits. We're for sure doing the splits. We're gonna put on our Instagram as
Because
well.
we're best friends.
That's right. We're best friends.
We're best
Okay, I want it
friends.
right here, so everybody
We're
can
best
see
friends.
it.
Everybody follow the Good Liars. Our best friends.
Oh wait,
Our
let's
BFFs
plug a few
forever.
things. Can we
Okay,
plug a few
plug
things?
everything.
away.
Oh yeah, we've got the podcast, The Good Liars Tell the Truth. You can get it wherever you get your podcasts. If you want to support The Good Liars, you can go to herohero.co/The Good Liars. $5 a month, you get exclusive episodes, movies. It's the whole deal. And you can follow us on social media too, if you want. I don't know about the internet.
All
no.
do all of
Yeah.
that stuff
If you
and
want.
support them, because your support for creators like all of us goes such a long
Right.
way.
We got to
And-
get to these places.
And
you know?
right, and I want you to support them because they're our best friends.
We're best friends.
Best
Yes.
friends.
Feels good to say.
Yeah.
Feels good to say.
Until our next guest gets here, and then he's our best friend.
Wow.
Okay, let's do it. I mean, this is unbelievable right here. In jeans, no less.
Let's get a quick stretch here.
No
Watch out.
stretch. This is going to be the end.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not looking forward to this. He's going to get injured.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I'm gonna be no way.
I'll tell you what I've had it with. Let's hear it. I've had it with that.
Listen up, patriots, gaytriots, and natriots. We have a new podcast that has dropped. It's called iHip News. It's Monday through Friday, every day, 15 to 20-minute hot takes on the political landscape of the United States of America, always served with a side of petty grievances.
We are on all the available platforms: Apple, Spotify, Google, whatever you get your podcasts, and YouTube.
Please go rate, subscribe, and review so that we will chart upwards with America's greatest legal mind. Pumps, what does an eagle say?
Caw-caw.
A little bit more enthusiasm.
Caw-caw.
That's it. That's
Caw-caw.
that's the patriotism that this country needs right there.